Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today is a video I've wanted to make for a little while now. As you guys know, I have bought two 07 STIs. And the plan with these cars is to drive them on the street all the time. These will be like my new dailies now, and the STI, my 17 STI, will be tucked in the garage only for track use. But there's one thing, at least to me, that is very important in a good solid daily, and that is having a nice head unit. Especially with these older cars, they're outdated obviously, so they don't have any fancy screens or anything like that. One of the 07s does actually, it's hard, the lighting's bad. It did come with an aftermarket, I think like a Pioneer head unit. But this other STI came with nothing in here, and obviously I cannot have that. So our good friends at Idoing head units sent us over a head unit for the car that is missing one. Idoing is my personal favorite aftermarket head unit. I have one in my 17 STI. It's almost 2 years I've had that in that car. Absolutely love that, and I've never had a better aftermarket head unit in any of my vehicles. So I'm quite excited that they sent one over for the 07 STIs. And here we have it. We have the new Idoing head unit with the bezel. We have the plug and play adapter harnesses, and then a bag full of goodies. This is all the wiring. We have like reverse camera, there's like the GPS stuff, all that good stuff, mics. I do not think we'll be using any of this. I believe we're just gonna be using the plug and play harness and getting this connected. The only thing I might use, I believe this is the GPS tracker or location thing. That might be the only thing I plug in, because I would like to be able to use the maps on this unit. But first things first is we have to get this old bezel out of here, because the new head unit comes with that, so we need to pull this off, and then we'll need to be pulling off like all the AC controls, because those now go on that head unit. Well, it seems like it's already loose. As I'm disassembling this, there is a mic here. Obviously that is not factory, and then there's a USB port. So this car had an aftermarket head unit. The old owner either took it because I wanted it for their next car, or something happened, but you guys can tell that this once had an aftermarket head unit, and I don't know if it's just an older Subaru, so the clips are worn out and whatnot, but you have to remove this panel to access this one, and just lifting on it, it comes off. There is no fighting at all, which normally, if you guys work with these types of bezels, these can be so hard sometimes to pop out if they are new, but this one I literally just lifted, and now we can access the two bottom bolts we need to pop this bezel off. Well, that was easy. Now from here, we got the bezel out. Now there's just 3 clips we need to disconnect, and this bezel is free to come out. That was probably the quickest I've ever pulled off a bezel. That probably took 3 to 4 minutes, but we got the bezel off. Now what we need to do is there's a few bolts. We need to unbolt this whole module for the AC power and bolt it onto the new head unit. have the main power cable plug and play adapter hooked up. The only other thing I think I'm gonna plug in is the car link. So this, if you connect it to your phone, will automatically connect to CarPlay. Just in case for some reason I do not want to use Bluetooth, it will be nice to have this handy. But for the rest of the stuff, I do not think I will be needing it. Like I mentioned, I think this is the GPS one. This would be the only thing I think I would be using. But for now, I'm going to plug this in how it is, make sure I have power and I'm not missing an adapter piece that I need to actually get all the functions out of here. But that is why we can test it out and see what we need and don't need, because I don't really want all this junk just sitting back there. Even though you can't see it back there, I just don't like it because I feel like it's not neat. But we're gonna go ahead, plug this in and see if we have power. I'm clearly missing something. All right, so since this stock harness was cut into for another aftermarket head unit, they cut wires from the main harness to add, I'm assuming this is their old power cable, but on the Idoing, you utilize the same factory unit. So what I just did is I de-pinned all of the wires that they cut. Because they cut them too flush to the connector, I was not able to rewire it. Now I should be able to repin all of those wires, and hopefully that is our issue. We can clean that up and hopefully that gives us power. And I repinned all of the wires. Now I need to put them back into the harness, and I'm crossing my fingers. That should give us the power to get this head unit on. If not, I'm really stuck and confused on what it is. Everything is hooked up. Now this is the moment of truth. Haha, there we go. Looks like my electrical job held. After all the rewiring we had to do, it finally works properly, and I will say it looks so damn good. I think these are a newer model now, because I have one in my 17 STI, but I've had it for almost 2 years. The main display looks completely different. I'm way more a fan of this new style. I don't know if it's just a simple update I need to do, but it looks amazing. It gives a little modern touch to the car, and it is a very, very quick install. If I didn't have to repin and rewire the main connection, it would have been probably a 10-minute install, but it is what it is. We fixed all that wiring up. Now it is proper. The head unit works. And that is one more thing I checked off the bucket list to get done to this car. Because when I bought this car, it had no head unit, looked like trash. I hate the interior not being complete. So I'm very happy I threw in the Idoing head unit. On this other car, it does already have an aftermarket head unit. A Kenwood is what it is. But I think I'm going to change this to an Idoing as well. I guess I can wait and see, because both of these cars don't run now, so it is unfortunate. I wanted to put the Idoing in here because I was planning on dailying this until I started the builds, and then now this has ringland failure. Don't know if I showed you guys that it has ringland failure, but we changed the turbo, and she's smoking quite a bit. So in the meantime, I did not want to start on these builds yet. Both of these motors need to be pulled out now, torn apart, rebuilt, all of that good stuff. I did not want to start this until I was into my new shop, just because I would hate to have both of these motors pulled, move into the shop and try to move all the spare pieces. That's when things go wrong. So 10 days from today is hopefully my move-in day. I'm very much banking on the fact that that is. But then the second we get moved in, we have lots and lots of work to do. You guys already know, with these two STIs, motor needs to be pulled, full builds, motor builds, all of that good stuff. The Honda needs a lot of work too. That motor and trans has to come out of the Honda. I have parts for that car. The STI needs work. It's getting a new turbo kit, fuel system, a lot of other goodies too I have not told you guys about. So all my cars need a lot of work, and I'm kind of stuck right now being in this shop, what I want to start here and what I want to wait until I'm at the other shop for. But I thought I would at least record a video for you guys installing the Idoing head unit. You guys can see what it looks like in this chassis. The only thing I have to say, which would be my dislike, I feel like it's too big. The screen, which is weird. Normally I like having like a big screen monitor. I don't know if it's too big in this chassis. You'd have to drive it around and see how I like it. But that is the only thing I have to say. But I do love how the way it looks. But then also, small update. You guys will not know what I'm talking about unless you guys have watched the videos for like months and months and months ago. We are missing a car here. And that is my best friend Bo's Evo. His white Evo. We started working on that quite a bit. Bo really wanted to learn. And then stuff came up with Bo. He was not able to work in it. So our friend Devin is putting that together right now. It is actually running as I'm recording this right now, which is very exciting news. Bo's very excited. So we will be getting Evo content for you guys as well. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys still enjoyed a simple, stupid head unit install, but I hope some of you guys still enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.